Hola. How y'all doing, guys? You doing all right? Oh, I gotta sit down for a minute. I've been wondering. Let me sit. I don't want to sit it down, but I got to. How y'all doing? You doing all right? All right, let's say everyone's innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Let's just say that right now. Trigger warnings across the board. These are my alleged opinions, all right? In the missing 7-month-old Emmanuel case, it looks like it might be a little craziness going on. As the things we talked about yesterday or day before, whatever, I've since learned some other stuff. For one, there actually is 3 different cameras that shows the vehicle evidently around that football game area in the Big 5 that shows no baby in that car, that truck, okay? From what I've been told. Take it as a grain of salt till police put it out. But the thing is, the non-cooperation. Now you got attorney saying that Jake wants to cooperate, okay? Supposedly he's supposed to cooperate tonight. I doubt that's going to happen. I think that's lies. But evidently, I think maybe he might be at the house, from what I understand. I don't know. You never know. That's why I said, are they going to run it or not? I don't know. I think the mom or something went with her mom. I don't know what all is going on. Supposedly the mom's talking. That's the new rumor that I learned earlier is the mom speaking. Because we're thinking about going down there. We got the okay. There's some areas that we want to go search, and they're not right there around the home or nothing. I don't. To me, being around there is not going to matter, right? I mean, I know they tried to protect their home in the beginning by trying to say that this kidnapping allegedly, if it is, it could be real, it could be not. I don't know, but just say that it's 19 miles from home. They didn't want them searching their property, and another red flag was the minute they showed up on that property with the dogs and to search. That's when all heck broke loose, because that's when they got paranoid and started acting way different. Like they didn't, I don't think they ever expected their home and their land to be searched. And I think that's why they tried to target such a far away of place. But the black eye we knew was from a long time ago, evidently from a funeral. The August 3rd one panned out just like evidently the August 9th or 10th one. There's a bunch of different photos out there that show this. The black eye. I mean, she covered it with a lot of makeup early on, but you can still see it because it is so hot there, you sweat. But with all that said, where's the baby? That's what matters. Where's the baby? And I don't know if she is talking, but if she is, that's probably the best thing she could do right now at this point. I don't know if her mom evidently, grandma spilled some beans and helped fuel this thing on the investigative side, supposedly. I think she did. I think she shed some light on it, maybe. I think she might have slipped and said some things she probably didn't mean to say, but it is what it is. And now that the lawyer is clearly letting everybody know he's not representing the mom, right? Rebecca. There's a reason for him saying that. I think he's realizing he's going to have to defend his client, right? Or if it even is technically his client. I don't think money switched hands yet, but I don't know. It's an ex-attorney. He helped him in other cases. And a lot of people say you can't trust that guy, da-da-da-da-da. But you know what? Those ones that speak the way he speaks, it reminds me of Alan Jackson, carrying retrial. That straightforward, go back down, no holds bar. My client's innocent until the very end. That's how they all are. There's not a lot of them out there like that, but I think people are going to be shocked. If this thing does take a turn, it's going to be because of that attorney. Do I say you can trust him 100%? I don't think you can trust any attorney 100%, no matter what. They're going to do what's in the best interest for the case. And I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, the dad's history, I told y'all, was troubled from the first video. I already knew all about it. I wasn't here to, say anything about that in the beginning because I was still trying to figure out their statements and all the red flags. And, I mean, we saw it from the beginning as if it was going to end well. But, that defense attorney is gonna defend that guy regardless. But him saying he's not representing the mother over and over and over again, like every time he speaks, I think, really lets us know that the mom probably is talking. And he's gearing up to to protect his client. Evidently she might be with her mom, from what I understand. I don't know if that's the case. That's what Malaya did. I've always thought Malaya was abused. I think this woman was abused as well. I think all this happened weeks ago, and they've been trying to figure it out. That dummy run to find out about cameras, I think all that was all part of their plan, and everything was catching up to him because his court date was coming up. Yeah, they did seem like to get away with it for a while. And will they get away with it altogether? You never know how these things will end, right? I always say they're 50-50, depending on how much information they got, right? If they're able to recover those Ring cameras based on what the Ring guy told me, as long as it hasn't been recorded over. If it was deleted, basically it's not really removed, it's just put back out there to re-record over. Then it'll be gone. So there is a possibility that they could have recovered some stuff from the Ring camera. I don't know. If they took every electronic device, internet, hotspot box, whatever was in that house, they took it. So if they can find it, believe me, they'll find it. And I think they've already got enough, but then again, I could be wrong. I say that, but then there's no arrest yet. I thought the arrest would have been on Monday. And the more it goes, the more it starts putting that shakeup in there is, are these people going to get away with it, right? I don't know. I don't think so. My gut's not telling me that, but you just never know. Are they still missing that piece of the puzzle? I would think that video evidence showing that child wasn't in that car before she even pulled into that $5 store should be enough, in my opinion. But then again, maybe it's not. Maybe they told them something different. I don't know. She changed her story so many times. Maybe the last time she changed her story, it made more sense. I don't really know. I know that she wouldn't take a poly, but I told y'all, once they lawyer up, they ain't going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. That's why Proudfoot, I'm telling you, I don't think he ever took one. I still don't believe Chris Proudfoot ever took a lie detector test. That's my opinion, but I don't think he did. And I think that he put her on the spot to do this as the cover-up woman, put everything on her. I think he had always planned to flee and run because of the charges that were coming down on him already. Then again, he might not. I don't know. He could be just completely hiding out in that house. But if you're completely hiding out in that house and you're not searching, vehicle or not, you'll find somebody that will be willing to take you to go search. Believe me, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that would take you to go search. They don't say that. Don't quit running people off that are trying to search for your child. And you're begging for help and saying you're innocent, but yet when people show up to try to help you, you run them off. That's not cool. That's telling us a different story than what your attorney's telling us. You want to cooperate in all this. Well, you should already be at that station cooperating a long time ago. Go through the interrogation like a man, right? Whatever comes out, comes out. You know why he don't want to go there? I think he don't want to go there because he thinks he's going to be arrested. That's why I think he's not going there. That's why I think he probably, if he's not leaving that property, because I was told he was gone, but then again, I don't know if he's on a run or not. Like I said, it's alleged. I don't know. It's a rumor. There's no way. Was he gone for a while? Now he's back? Possibly. But law enforcement going by and him not answering them, that didn't make sense. Unless his lawyer told him don't answer the door. I don't know. The lawyer's been back and forth. Evidently nobody's seen the mom yet. Evidently the rumor is she's with her mom and somewhere else. So I don't know if that's the case. If they separated them that way, that's what the cops wanted anyway. So if she is separated from them, then she's probably talking. That rumor might be right. I eventually figured she would be the one, the way she was hyperventilating. I saw white. Hola, that's it. And then you remember all these other things. And then your black eye, you say you got punched in the face, punched in the back of the head. You change that story so many times too. That's how are we supposed to believe it? I mean, you say you want us to believe it and you want people, they're not doing enough. You're telling us law enforcement not doing enough. That lawyer's trying to go against everything law enforcement has put out, saying that it ain't true. They ain't doing nothing when they are. But what they don't like is that they're digging on your client because they're looking at him. No, they haven't said he's a suspect flat out. No, they just said there's inconsistencies, and that's the thing. I spoke to someone in the police. They have not listed them as suspects yet, although a lot of people are saying that. Of course, in their mind, I'm sure that they are suspects to the police, but they haven't publicly put it out. And I think there's a reason for that. They're trying to gather all the information first. No need to say they're suspects. Try to keep them there if you can. Don't think that they don't think they're going to run. I'm sure they think he's going to run. They don't take your truck. They don't take your phone. This is another Chris Watts. They don't take all that unless they see something or saw something or caught something. And I'm telling you, if they did find that one video across the street, and they've had that since a couple hours in, no less than 3 hours in, then they already know that that child wasn't there, and that child wasn't at the football game, and the child wasn't at the funeral, and or whatever. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. There's so much out there, you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. But what we've been hearing has seemed to be all panning out so far, except for, I think, the vanishing part of it, the running away. I don't know if they're on the run yet. I'm not there. I want to go back. We were granted areas to search. We were given areas. So I know the police are working, and I know search teams, y'all might not see that going on, but they have been canvassing that area. But you know what? If they find enough to prove to them that child's not there, did they recover ring footage, and that's why they're kind of not searching that property anymore? Maybe they realized that he was never there past a certain date. I don't know that. I wish I did. But yeah, we might end up there today, this afternoon. I don't know yet. We got confirmation. We got everything ready. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll keep y'all posted. And until this child is found, we're going to keep praying for this child to be found. Will that tip pan out? I don't think so. Law enforcement has plenty of numbers out there to contact for tips. So why wouldn't that tip call directly into law enforcement? Or if it was, which law enforcement I think did say they received the tip, but how did they receive it and from whom? Because his sister told us straight out that she was punched in the face, tapped on the shoulder. Where'd that story come from? That's what I'm saying. There's so many different stories. We don't know which one to believe. And they get mad, but they're the ones telling these stories. So step up to the plate and tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And just get it out there. That's the way to do it. Then there won't be no more of this. I mean, your body only can handle so much pressure before someone. I think the mom will be the one to crack. I do. Usually the abused ones are the ones that eventually crack. I don't know, guys. We can keep in the prayers. This thing might take a twist. I don't know. It might. I hope it doesn't go unsolved. I really do. I pray it doesn't. I think they got enough, but I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. If we don't see arrests in the next couple of days, then yeah, I don't know if they got enough, honestly. Because emergency in this situation, they've got back most of the stuff. Maybe not the Cellbrite yet. But if they've had that vehicle since Thursday, and that is correct, based on the lawyer, then they've had plenty of time to get the Cellbrite back in an emergency situation. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. If it starts to take a turn, I'll let you know. But, and y'all might see us in Cali next. We love y'all guys. Have a blessed one. Remember, these are my alleged opinions. Take it as a grain of salt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Figure 1 times 100 million. All right, guys. We'll talk soon. Prayers for this baby. Where's he at? All right, guys. Have a blessed one. Bye.